in divorce court today. After 3 years of marriage, this couple has spent 4 more years separated and arguing with each other. Montravia is concerned when their daughter visits her dad. Vincent claims Montravia makes seeing his child a nightmare. Montravia Rayson and Vincent Wills have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Ms. Rayson and Mr. Wills, you two are finally divorcing after a 4-year separation. Ms. Rayson, you say that the manner in which you two got together, you think contributed to the divorce and also the real problem that you two have now, which is the custody issue. So why don't you tell me why you believe the manner in which you got together has caused us to be here today?
Well, the reason why we did get together was under, I guess you can say, false pretenses. I was looking, that's all I was doing, I was looking. I was looking at more of his appearance than I was.
Oh, you just thought he was fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen him and I was like, hey, you know, that's nice eye candy, you know? So I built our relationship based on that. Mm-hmm.
Did you pursue him? Or did you just let him know you were interested and he did the rest of the work?
I think that it was even on both of our parts. We were both pursuing each other. It was more so of, I really couldn't even remember what he looked like when I met him. Because when we first met, we met at, not the club. He was leaving one club. I was leaving another one. And I was in the car, stuck in traffic. And he, like, stuck his head through the window. Hey, here's my number. Hit me up. So I really didn't get, like, a good look.
Good look at him.
Good look at him.
Yeah,
you know?
but you knew he was cute.
Yeah, so when I called him, you know, we talked and chatted over the phone for a while. And then it was just like, hey, you know, maybe we should meet up and see each other. So when I seen him, I was like, oh, okay, you know. Nice, you know.
All right.
You know, so, and then it just kind of fast forward from there.
So tell me how long it was between you seeing him, thinking it was fine, he was fine, and marrying him.
We married 2 years later.
Okay.
We dated for a while, but we did move in with each other kind of close. Once his lease was up, I would say like within 6 months we were living together.
Mr. Wills, why don't you tell me when you decided that marriage was an appropriate step to take?
I felt it was appropriate after, you know, years of us being together. We were together for like 3 years before we finally got married.
Okay.
About more like 2.5 years. And we had a child. And
How old was the child?
My daughter maybe was like 1 or maybe a few months. Yeah. But I felt I was doing the right thing. I mean, I see that we got married for 2 different reasons. I got married because I loved her. You know, I was doing it for all the right reasons. And
why do you think she got married?
Well, she just told y'all why she got married.
No, I didn't tell you why I got married.
Said why she told you why she liked you.
Yeah.
But she didn't, you know, that was 2.5 years earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think she married you just because you were cute?
I mean, now I do. You know, I thought it was on the same reason that I wanted to get married.
But cute was the start. I mean, you looked at her; she was cute too.
Yeah,
so that's how you guys got started. So you know, I think she loved you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you get married in part because you already had a baby with him?
Yes and no. I married him because I did love him. I also married him because I felt like my family was putting a lot of pressure on me to marry, because the daughter with him was my second child, and I already had a daughter.
Right.
So my family's kind of pressuring me, you
right.
know,
I got you. Know, time to settle down. You just can't keep having babies here and there.
Yeah.
When did the problems start?
The problems were there before our daughter.
What were the problems?
Abusiveness, you know, just verbal.
In what respect?
Just kind of like verbal abuse, you know, disrespecting, not knowing how to talk to me. I've been, you know, B's, I done been H's, you know, I done been spit in my face, and it's just a lot of...
And what kind of things would you be arguing about that incited this kind of anger?
It could be something minor. You know, if he felt like maybe I belittled him, maybe I wasn't submissive enough. Maybe he felt like I told something to somebody
that you shouldn't
I
have
shouldn't have said. you know.
Mr. Wills, I'm going to give you an opportunity to address that. First of all, is her allegation that you did call her unpleasant names and did all that stuff, are they accurate? Are they true?
They're true. I did that.
What circumstances drove you to behave in that manner?
It was different, you know, situations. We would get into it, have fights, arguments over petty things. You know, I would get locked out the house, you know, stuff like that. So I did spit at her one time. I did that, but I did it, you know, out of anger because I didn't want to hit her. But I was still wrong. It was still wrong for me to do it. I'm not, you know, saying that I was right.
Well, who would lose their temper first, her or you?
It was kind of even.
Tell the truth.
We both. I am telling the truth. We both would have problems.
Are you both a little hot-headed? Is that what you're saying?
That's the thing. We both are hot-headed. We both have short
We're both hot-headed, but his anger definitely overpowers mine, hands down. My anger can be calmed down, but if you escalate it, then I'm gonna take it there with you. So it's just like, even if I wanted it just to be an argument and to be done and over with, then it's like, with his fuel, I have to come with the fire.
We're talking about a house that I think I got a picture of what's going on. Things are jumping off quickly and often and getting excessive. I want to talk to you about how your daughter, you know, what she was seeing, what was going on, and why we are at a place where there are such concern between the two of you about the custody issue.
Next, does Montravia have any proof that their daughter is in danger when she visits her father? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real problems, real solutions. Divorce Court continues.
Ms. Rayson, in your petition, you talked a great deal about the concerns you have with respect to custody. I've read the custody agreement between the two of you. Basically, he gets her every other weekend and then every other spring break and then 30 days in the summer, etc. But you say you are not comfortable with him having visitation. Why don't you explain to me the nature of your concerns?
We agreed that I would bring our daughter by to his parents, his family's house, basically, and celebrate Christmas with them. Okay, he knew that she was celebrating Christmas at home first with all of the rest of my children, you know, all of our relatives. Okay, so he's steady messaging me, what time you gonna get here? It's getting late, yada, yada, yada. So around 7 that night, I did get there to his...
Now, is that the scheduled time that you had arranged, 7 o'clock?
No, I didn't set a definite time. I just said that I would get her there. But he was expecting her to be there earlier, to be there with his relatives and for her to spend more time, I guess, with his family for the holidays. When I get there, he was like, hey, baby, Merry Christmas. Go on in the house. I need to talk to your mama. Oh, that's your gift right there, up under that tree. That's your bike. Shuts the door behind her. We need to have a talk. See, and there's the problem, because there's a time and place for everything.
Now, Ms. Rayson, I'm going to disagree with you right there. This is not an indication that he is inappropriate with her daughter. You were mad at the way he came at you. He put her in the house. Hey, baby, put her in the house. He was angry at the time. He probably was trying to control himself. He got his daughter out of harm and Ugly's way, and then he addressed the concern that he had with you. I don't see that as a reason to keep him from his daughter.
No, and that's not the reason why I kept him.
Well, why did you keep him since then?
Because that's when he got argumentative. That's when he put his hands on me and I pushed him to release me, and that's when I told him I'm gonna get my child out of the house. When my daughter comes out of the house, he hooping and hollering, disrespecting me, causing a scene, have all his relatives holding him back like he's gonna attack me, and all kinds of things.
And I get that, Ms. Rayson, and I understand. If it was like that, you should have called the police because you were assaulted. But that it's not a reason to say that he can't keep his daughter because you two can't stay out of getting into it. Do you see what I'm saying? When you keep a daughter away from her father, you're doing her as much damage, if not more, than the father himself. Clearly, he was inappropriate with you, but until you go to court and have a judge say that his behavior is such that the child is not safe in his presence, that visitation is no longer appropriate or supervised visitation should be required, you don't have the right to keep her from him. I'm just telling you straight out. You don't have that right.
When divorce court continues, can Vincent find a way past Montravia's anger and co-parent their child?
Do you think Montravia has enough evidence to question Vincent's behavior with their child? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Ms. Rayson, I think you're more worried about the problems with you that he's making you mad than really well-being of the child. Give me 2 or 3 more instances where you believe he has endangered the well-being of your child.
I found needles. No, let me correct that. My daughter found the needle and picked it up in her hand. There has been a fire in the home that I wasn't aware of. His car was set on fire in front of the house.
Did somebody set your car on fire?
Yeah, it was, but my daughter wasn't around.
She was
my daughter was
the house?
No, she wasn't there. She wasn't even at my mom's. This was at my mom's
Was somebody
house.
mad and set your car on fire?
An ex-girlfriend of mine set my car on fire.
Okay. Now, do you have significant problems with exes and people like that you're living a chaotic lifestyle?
I mean, I just choose the wrong people, I guess. You know, I mean.
You said the needle incident happened when it was over a family member's house. Do you have concern about any of your family members?
No, I don't have any concern about my family members. I had a relative that was on drugs at the time, and I admit that, but they're no longer living there. They haven't been there. They don't live there anymore. But that was a long time ago. I've had my child several times after that.
What is the most recent incident that occurred that caused you concern with respect to her welfare?
Well, before the Christmas incident, the conflict about her welfare was when she came home from visiting him from the weekend. She was like, there was no food to eat. That was the biggest issue. She was like, Mom, can you believe he made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because that was the only thing they had? And I don't even think she said jelly. I think she said it was just peanut butter because they didn't have jelly. And she was like, that's all I ate for breakfast. And I was like, so what did your daddy feed you? She was like, that's what he fed me, you know, a peanut butter sandwich. I said, okay, well, you know, what about lunch and stuff like that? She was like, well, we had to go get stuff from like McDonald's and stuff because there was nothing in the house to eat, and we end up eating real late, a lunch real late. She said it was almost like dinner time when she ate lunch.
Ms. Rayson, she didn't go hungry. She had a peanut butter sandwich and some McNuggets. Now, I have gone places, left my husband home with the kids, and that's exactly what occurred. Exactly what occurred. The concerns I think that you have with Mr. Wills that you've expressed so far, I don't really think are tantamount to an endangered situation.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
My understanding is that once when she went on a weekend visit, he kept her for 2 weeks without your permission.
That is true.
Tell me about that.
Well, Judge, she was at a family member's house, and where I would always leave her, and he would live there from time to time, off and on, back and forth from there to girlfriend's house. He was supposed to be taking her to the park and bringing her back to the family member's house after they had their little day out, and he never did. The family member called me to let me know that he had taken her.
How long was he gone with her?
2 weeks.
Mr. Wills, do you care to respond to that?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I didn't try to kidnap my child. The reason I had her for 2 weeks because I had talked to Montravia, and she told me she was going to take my child from me and she wasn't going to let me see her anymore. So
I didn't tell you that.
At the time,
I did not tell you that.
At the time, I was keeping her because I was trying to get custody because I knew if she got custody, I would be in the exact same position I am now. I wouldn't do that to her. I wouldn't take, you know, my daughter away from her. And then I was trying to get cut.
Yes, you did it for 2 weeks.
Here's the problem.
Calling me from block numbers, not allowing her to tell me where she was.
Here's the problem that you both have. Your primary problem is with one another. It has more to do with your distaste for one another than it does with the welfare of the child. You do have some legitimate concerns. But what you do when you have these concerns is not make unilateral decisions, either to keep the child from him or to keep the child from her. Both of those are violations of the court order that was given, and both of those things can put you in jail. What you need to do is write down what your concerns are, have them exact and in their nature, in their time, in their concerns. Then you go to court and tell a judge, this is what is happening. I am concerned about the custody agreement as it is. Would you please rule on it? I think you haven't done that because you know that your concerns aren't sufficient to change it. Because if I thought my kid was in danger, I'd be at the courthouse. You know, I'd be judge, you know what I mean? I would be there. And you haven't done that.
I did it in the beginning, and the judge didn't want to hear anything because none of my witnesses wasn't physically in the court.
Then you do that. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no hurdle that you can put between me and my children's welfare that I'm not going to jump. If the judge said you don't have any witnesses, my behind would be out getting those witnesses. I'd pay their day's wages if they had to miss work, and I would bring them in court because my kids are the most important thing in life. You didn't do that because it wasn't available to you. What the two of you need to do is sit down with a mediator and discuss what is happening. But you have to obey the court's orders. You gotta do it. And just because you're mad at him, don't deny his presence for her. You see what I'm saying? And you've got to just eradicate all that. There's conflict between us, and you made me mad. That December 25th nonsense, that was just wrong on your part. If he assaulted you, you should have called the police, and then there would have been a record and something to go on. But you kept her.
I should have, but I didn't. And, I knew that after the fact was said and done, because relatives told me the same exact thing that you're telling me, why you didn't report it, because I've never been the one to report it. There's been a lot of things I never reported to the police that I probably should have.
You have an obligation to do so. If you think your child is in danger, that's what you do. You just don't get mad and make unilateral decisions. With respect to how he treated her, he did the right thing, put her in the house before he said anything to you. Mr. Wills, I understand your position. If I were you, I would go to court and make sure you got enforced visitation. She cannot keep that child from you unless it's demonstrated that you're not appropriate to have her. And so far, she hasn't done that. Now, you need to clean up your situation a little bit because it ain't all cool and straight.
I mean, I understand. My phone may be on and off at times, but I've had the same telephone on for the past 2 years. I have a steady job.
Even if his phone is on and off, that's not a reason to keep your kid from
And as far as December 25th, she put her hand in my face and I grabbed her arm. She pushed me and I pushed her. And if that's assault, then I guess, but that's what happened. You know, it's not like I hit her or I put her in a headlock. I didn't do nothing like that.
Assault.
If it was really serious assault, she would have called. It was a mutual touching.
Yeah, it wasn't mutual, but it was.
But it's no reason to keep the kid. You're not hearing me, Mrs. Rayson, and you're not trying to hear me. So I'm going to leave it alone. But I'm going to tell you, you both need to go back to the court and the jurisdiction in which you live with specificity and get a judge to tell you exactly what to do. It is not up to you, and it's not up to you because you two weren't mature enough to make decisions with respect to your child by yourself. So you got to let some guy who doesn't know you, doesn't know your kids, don't really care, make it for you. And then you have to abide by those orders. And if either one of you fails to do so, the other one must immediately go to court and make sure that that happens. Do you hear me?
Yes.
This matter is adjourned.
Both parties agree that they need to end their grown-up dispute. for the good of their child. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.